Listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up to the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is a place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Mowing the lawn. I thought I'd drop by and see how you were.
Oh, no, busier than usual. But you'll have to forgive my talking whilst I work. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Only got half this house clean. 22 rooms.
Not really.
Oh, I got an excuse. I had an extra heavy laundry to do. We had spare ribs last night for supper. And that means a couple of 100 napkins for Jethro alone.
Granny, stop a moment.
I can't. I'm behind schedule. I had to bend a new rug beater. My scrub board broke. I had to rewash all the windows after that shower last night. Then things slows the body down considerable.
Can't the youngsters help you?
Oh, they do. Jethro made me this mopper.
No, I mean do some of the work for you.
I can't trust any of them. I've only found one person who can clean to suit me, and you're looking at her.
Granny. Granny, you can't go on like this.
I know. You're standing on my mop.
At least let me help you with your work. Isn't there something I can do?
Yeah. Leave me alone so I can get on with it.
But I shall be back.
Come back about 6 o'clock. We can talk while I'm scrubbing the walls.
And it is my considered opinion that if Granny continues to do housework at this pace, she will end up in the hospital. Chief, are you listening?
How can I? Did you see this morning's paper? It's a tragedy.
Oh, dear. Did somebody pass away?
It's worse than that. The stock market. Amalgamated muffin pan is down 1/4 point.
And you're crying about that?
Well, you'd cry, too. I lost $9.25.
Well, how would you like to lose $73 million?
What? Oh, you mean the Clampett account? Well, don't worry about Granny. She's stronger than both of us.
But she's working like a dynamo 20 hours a day.
So, working hard from dawn to dusk keeps people young, alive, vital. In fact, I think I'll put in a health plan like that for my employees.
Excuse us, Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane.
Hello there.
Mr. Clampett, Ellie Mae, what can we do for you?
Well, Miss Jane, you was up the house. You seen Granny doing her housework?
Well, I only saw her briefly. When I was there, she was in a tizzy.
Tizzy, huh? She started cleaning things I never heard of.
Beg your pardon?
I'm worried about Granny's house chores. She's going to work her fingers right down to the bone.
Yeah, and the rest of us almost there now.
Now, isn't that a coincidence? I was just telling Miss Hathaway how worried I was about Granny working so hard. I'm sick about it.
I'm getting a little sick myself.
She's always doted on her housekeeping. But here lately, we're the only place in the neighborhood that gets its grass shampooed regular.
She don't even stop when she goes to bed. She sleeps with clothes under her mattress to press.
I'm afraid she's going to wear herself right down to a frazzle.
Now, wasn't I saying that very thing just a minute ago?
No.
Maybe not in so many words.
Anyway, we're going to have to move out of Beverly Hills to a smaller place.
Now, wait a minute. There must be another solution. Don't get excited. I don't think of something. Don't panic.
The answer is very simple. Granny needs housekeeping help.
We've already offered to pitch in.
Yeah, I got time on my hands. All I got is 14 acres to keep mowed and weeded.
She won't let us help.
I was referring to servants. In a house that size, they're an absolute necessity.
You know, the only way you get a housekeeper past Granny is to hold a shotgun on her.
Yeah, and even that might not work. She's dead again.
Well, but if I could think of a way.
Well,
Oh, but please, Mr. Clampett, you might be saving that sweet old dear's life.
yeah, I see what you mean. Poor Mr. Drysdale.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Well,
Chief, I have tried every domestic employment agency in Beverly Hills. For the 50 cents an hour you're offering, all you can get is a babysitter.
this is an outrage. You mean in this whole city you can't find a housekeeper for the Clampetts?
In the first place, they all insist upon Christmas and New Year's Day off.
Ridiculous. I don't even give my bank employees that.
Right? You? Quiet.
Oh, no, forget it. Margaret will come up with someone.
Your wife is looking?
She knows every maid and housekeeper in Beverly Hills. They've all quit on her.
She's liable to send the wrong.
Hello? Oh, Margaret. I'm on a housekeeper for Granny. Oh, you found the perfect one, eh? What's your name? Miss Meek. Yes. Huh? You've talked to her. Good. Huh? Yes, I have the number. Oh, thank you, dear. I'm taking you out to dinner tonight for this. Yes. Make some sandwiches and we'll eat in the backyard. There. I found a housekeeper. Now, all that remains is to talk Granny into it.
You said you would take care of that.
I have. I assigned the task to my most trusted employee. Unfortunately, Crandall took sick today, so now it's up to you.
I just took sick, too.
Oh, relax. We'll drive up there together. Now, you go in and talk to her. I'll keep the motor running.
It's such a shame. If anyone else needed help, Granny would be the first to lend a helping hand.
Wait, that's it. Granny would never turn down anyone in need. Now, you tell Miss Meek to be up there in a half an hour. I'll take care of the rest.
Uncle Jed, has Mr. Drysdale talked Granny into getting a housekeeper yet?
I don't know. He's been talking at her quite a spell.
There's only 44 rooms in this whole place. What is there for a housekeeper to do?
She sounds as mad as ever. It's a wonder Mr. Drysdale was brave enough to go on in there.
He wasn't. Not until after I got Granny calmed down.
Well, how'd you do that?
With a little talk and a lot of rope.
Granny, you've got to give Miss Meek this housekeeping job.
You make it sound like it's a matter of life or death.
Well, in a manner of speaking, it is.
The money is badly needed, huh?
Only I know how much.
No, I don't want a housekeeper.
Granny, imagine a little lady just like you. Fragile, beautiful, noble, generous, a sweet little creature with just a touch of silver in her hair.
Which is so far.
Imagine her stranded on the cold and dreary sidewalks of Beverly Hills, hoping for a few moments of honest employment.
I could see her.
Imagine her desperate, humbly standing on your doorstep.
I could see her.
There she is, a mop in one hand, a bucket in the other.
She's fading.
Pleading for a job as your housekeeper.
I just lost her.
Granny, you can't turn Miss Meek away.
Oh, yes, I can. I think.
But she needs you.
All right, she can have the job. Doggone it. If I just wasn't so soft-hearted and saintly. All right, untie me. I ain't gonna hit you. And hurry up about it. If I'm gonna get a housekeeper, I want to clean the house before she gets here.
Oh, howdy there.
I'm Meek.
Well, my name is Jed Clampett. If you're the housekeeper that Mr. Drysdale got, he's still in there talking to Granny.
How many rooms in this place?
Well, until he talks her into having you around, might be safer for you to wait outside. Maybe even down the street a piece.
Are you the housekeeper? Oh, I ain't gonna hurt her, Jed. This poor dear old soul is gonna be our housekeeper. But you sure don't look as old as Mr. Drysdale said you was.
Oh, all that hard work that keeps her so young looking.
I know. That's my beauty secret, too.
All right, where are my quarters? I want to make sure they're all right.
Oh, Miss Meek, I would like to see you on the porch for a moment.
All right, you can carry in my bag.
I've got to talk to you. You are not a sweet little old lady.
Well, stop the presses.
I'm not sure that you're right for the Clampetts.
Question is, are the Clampetts right for me? I don't usually take on a job without asking for references.
References?
You can forget them this time. I'll give these farmers a chance and see how they work out.
This is impossible.
No, we'll get along fine as long as they do as they're told.
Would you open the door for me? And please be extra nice to the Clampetts. They mean more to me than my own wife.
After working for Mrs. Drysdale, I can see why.
I don't remember you working for her.
I barely do myself. She fired me after 15 minutes.
Oh, Jethro, get these.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, about the housekeeper.
You ought to feel right proud of yourself, Mr. Drysdale. You're not only helping Granny, but appears like you've done a good turn for Miss Meek as well.
What?
Well, Granny told me everything you said about her being out of a job and needing money bad and all. We'll never forget you for what you done.
Probably not. But try.
Yeah. Somebody pull my drapes. I overslept. The sun's already up.
I pulled your drapes, Granny. As long as we're hiring Mrs. Meek, I want you to start taking life easier.
Don't worry, I will. There ain't nobody happier to give up housework than me.
Housekeeper will do that.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to break habits of a lifetime.
Just sit down there. Let me get you a cup of coffee. Granny, will you get a hold to yourself?
I'm through. Kid, look over there. I thought I saw a cobweb.
Granny, the way you scrub this kitchen, it's all I can do to keep paint on the walls. Now leave some for Miss Meek to do.
Well, where is she? I ain't seen her since she got here yesterday. And it don't look like she's coming down today neither. It's pretty near 6 o'clock.
This is her first day on the job. She's probably upstairs primping, getting herself all fixed up, trying to look her best first.
Hey! It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, don't apologize. I see you've been up fixing us a fancy hairdo.
Frankly, honey, I liked it better the way you had it yesterday.
Look, I wasn't up. I was asleep. And if those kids yelling outside my window hadn't wakened me, I'd still be.
Well, this is your first night with us. Don't worry about oversleeping a little.
It's 6 o'clock. Nobody in their right mind gets up at this hour.
I'm feeling bad about it.
Yeah, we hear the city folks that lays the bed till 8 or 9.
Really? Well, I don't know how to break this to you, but you're looking at one that's going to lay in bed till 10.
That one must have really been kicked around a lot.
Yeah. And I'm beginning to understand why.
Chief, what happened? You look as though you've been up all night.
Only because I have been. Worrying about the Clampetts leaving.
But you got them a housekeeper?
That's why I've been worrying. My wife double-crossed me with that Miss Meek.
Oh, no, you mean...
She has all the charm and tact of a hangman. And I'm the one that's getting hung. Drive the Clampetts back to the hills. Their millions will go into their hometown bank. That empty lard pail in Luke Short's general store.
Why'd you fire Miss Meek?
For a good reason. I'm afraid of her.
Well, I'm not.
Cut out the black belt baloney. This is going to take more than brute force. The Clampetts think she's a hardship case.
Aha! You lied to them. It is said that men who twist their honor for money find themselves without either.
It is also said secretaries who preach to bosses find themselves without jobs.
Oh, all right. But are you going to just stand here and let this happen?
No, I may sit and cry a little.
If you can't fire her, maybe you could lure her away from the Clampetts with a better position.
Yes, something with higher pay and more prestige than a housekeeper.
Of course, that lets out anything down here at the bank.
Say, I know of a good job. As tough as she is, she'd make a terrific guard.
Oh, Chief, not a guard for the bank.
No, for the Los Angeles Rams.
Miss Meek, you're up. I wondered if you was going to make it.
You got any coffee?
Sure. Just push them cucumbers out of the way. Would you like some breakfast? Or at this hour, would you rather have lunch?
I'm gonna go do a little housework and then I'll have a bite.
Hey, you're the boss. I got everything ready for you. Made up a kittle of my own pine tar and possum fat furniture polish. Nothing shines better.
Yours smells worse. Anyhow, I don't do polishing.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll do it. Hey, you can start scrubbing the kitchen floor.
Scrub this floor?
Oh, yeah. I keep it so clean you can eat off of it. With Jethro around, you gotta be ready for anything.
Did they tell you? I don't scrub floors.
Well, I'll do it. You can commence washing the walls.
I'll wash walls.
Just the inside ones. I scrubbed down the outside of the house yesterday.
Well, bully for you. But I just soon climb a wall's wash it.
Well, all right, I'll do them too. Do you mind beating the rugs?
No rug beating.
How about the laundry?
Nothing by hand.
Ironing? I don't suppose that you would, No, I'll do that too. Well, just let's save a little time. Just what do you do?
Well, I don't mind cooking, but I get paid extra for it.
I do the cooking around here. Oh, well, all right, you can cook. I reckon you need the money. Why don't you do something with these hog jowls, grits, and collard greens?
I don't take out garbage.
Now, just a minute,
This here's my chicken Miranda. And as my way of welcoming you, I want you to have her as your very own.
Well, gee, thanks. I love stewed chicken.
Well, that here ain't for stewing.
She's too old to fry.
Right, Miranda, tell the others.
I feel like getting my heavy work out of the way. I'm gonna dust.
Wait, Granny, did you hear the way she talked about my chicken? I'm starting to get hot under the collar.
You're getting hot under the collar.
Well, look at the ladies of leisure. Get him a housekeeper and is already loafing around. Annie? Strange as it seems, appears all this relaxing has made you a little tense.
It's that Miss Meek. We's gonna get along about as lovey-dovey as a pair of fighting cocks.
Your nose is just out of joint on account of a little thunder she stole from you. You get along with her. Don't forget she needs that money. In addition to that, she's had a lifetime of people walking on her.
I'd like to do a turkey trot on her gizzard myself. If she didn't need the money, Is that the way you dust?
Sure, it's my specialty.
It's me. I know why you're here, and I'd like to do something about it.
Okay, shoot.
Don't tempt me.
What?
Nothing. My share of Jed's money is $15 million, and you can have it all if you'll just leave and go help some other poor old woman and leave my housekeeping to me.
15 million? Are you kidding?
Most of it's in the bank, but I can give you a down payment of what I have in my cookie jar.
Wait a minute. This is play money.
No, it ain't. It's the real thing. 100% Confederate. What? Of course, it's all the Confederate I got. For the rest of the 15 million, I'll have to give you a different kind of money.
Great. And what can I buy with it? Park Place and Boardwalk?
My Granny, look at that Miss Meek work. She just don't stop, does she?
No, not even for money. I don't think she'll make a good housekeeper for you, Jed. She ain't up to my standard.
Oh, she's up to mine. She seemed to be doing a real fine job. Now, I'm going to walk down to Mr. Drysdale and thank him. When I come back, I want to see things different around here.
Don't worry. They will be.
Hello, Granny. I guess you're pretty happy about having Miss Meek as a housekeeper, eh, Granny?
Well, she's got a way way to go to suit me. But she's up to Jed's standards, and that's what counts.
Here.
Well, Jed, without the right care, a house can go downhill awful fast. Of course, maybe I'm too finicky. What do you folks think?
This is terrible.
Well, then let's all go into the parlor. We can shove the dirty dishes off the sofa, and all we have to worry about is the dust.
Hey, Mr. Drysdale! Would you mind getting my bags upstairs? I'm quitting. I found me a better job.
You can't quit now. You've got this whole mess to clean up.
What mess? Looks fine to me.
Not a better job, huh?
After all the effort I made to find it, I may as well tell you, there's an opening for a jailer at the Toronto Maximum Security Prison.
Not anymore. I just took it. It ain't just the money. It's a chance to do something I really enjoy.
Well, I reckon it's up to me to clean all this up.
We'll all help you, Granny.
I'll clobber the first one that raises as much as a finger. Oh, I got joy, 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 down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down in my heart. Oh,
We'll find another housekeeper for Granny right away.
Forget it, Mr. Drysdale. Anything that makes her that happy is probably good for her.
Oh, I got joy, 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 joy.
Granny, you certainly seem to be having fun.
Yep, almost as much as I did when I messed it up.
Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here?
This has been a Filmways presentation.